Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world, and all day and all night.
Blu-ray is one of the most revolutionary home video formats to ever be released. It brought the experience of the movie theater directly to the home theater.
Window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him.
Despite many competitors, Blu-ray impacted movie studios and movie lovers forever.
I'm blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die. I'm blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die.
The Blu-ray disc technology was developed by Sony and Philips in the early 2000s. Blu-ray disc offered better picture and sound quality than its lousier competitor, DVD. Upon the format's release in June of 2006, Blu-ray faced competition from a similar format released only 2 months earlier named HD DVD. But the lack of support from both movie studios and retailers caused the format to be discontinued nearly 2 years later. I first got into Blu-ray when a couple friends came up to me and told me I was a garbage, disgusting individual for not owning any copies of any movie on Blu-ray.
I remember telling one of my friends that he would be a disgrace to society for not buying any movies on Blu-ray. I think his name was Aaron or something like that.
After many failed attempts to bring a high-definition format into the home, the Blu-ray disc finally prevailed. With the major competitor out of its way, Blu-ray disc gained popularity and profit. No matter what movie it was, whether it was classic or guilty pleasure movies or even the godforsaken DC movies, studios released them because they knew people would go out and buy it. There are even several different variations of Blu-ray, including a failed attempt to get 3D into the home. A majority of the big studios dropped support of the format in America in favor for the latest format, 4K Ultra HD. Blu-ray already looks good enough as it is. Like, who would want to buy a 4K movie like this when there's already Blu-ray? Like, who would go out and purposely buy a 4K movie like this, like I have in my hand that I bought? Like, who would do that?
I currently own over 220 movies on Blu-ray. The film that inspired me to both start collecting movies and get into filmmaking was Toy Story. I love that movie so much that I wanted to learn how the movie was made, and I watched all of the bonus material on the DVD when I was a kid. And it was also one of the first films that I ever bought on Blu-ray.
So, I'm addicted to movies. It all really started back in 2014 when I watched Godzilla for the first time. It kind of really inspired me to get into film and collecting Blu-rays, and ever since then I've been obsessed with it. In fact, the first movie I bought was the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, produced by Michael Bay, by the way. This is the first Blu-ray I ever bought, and ever since then I've bought in tons of Blu-rays. And in fact, I've bought so much, my mom has even come up to me a couple times and has told me I need to go to Blu-ray rehab. Blu-ray collectors enjoy the thrill of the hunt, mostly for rare and hard-to-find collector's editions.
I love collector's box sets. I own one of my favorite animated films of all time, The Iron Giant, in a collector's box set. The box set contains a letter from Brad Bird, the director of the film, a book, art cards, and a collectible figurine. Very cool.
If it was between owning a nice, crisp steelbook, like this Deadpool one I have in my hand, or living a happy life with a great house and friends and money and family, I choose a steelbook. Like, what? Like, who wouldn't choose this?
I'm not much of a steelbook collector. I would only want to buy a steelbook if the film is one of my favorites. Is it true that you want a Criterion Collection release of The Boss Baby?
Yeah, I started a petition on change.org to get it released. I know it's a very credible website, and so far I already have one signature for it. Thanks for the signature, by the way. I really appreciate it. I own 69 copies of Godzilla on Blu-ray and 0 copies of Shrek on HD DVD. Because HD DVD is trash. It's booty.
When I love a movie, I go all out. I own 4 copies of Tron Legacy, 4 copies of Star Wars The Force Awakens, 2 copies of Pacific Rim, and 2 copies of the first Avengers movie. One thing that us collectors do is blind buy, which is buying a movie that you've never seen before. Sometimes that leads me to some new favorites, like The Rocketeer. Some I don't like as much, like Adventures in Babysitting.
Black Friday is a holiday for collectors. It's an opportunity for them to take advantage of deep discounts without breaking the bank. Black Friday is like hell. You go through all this pain and effort, you get emotionally scarred, you get jacked up, man. And what was it all for? It was to get a Disney movie for $1 cheaper than the standard price, which I think it's kind of worth it.
I have to set up budgets every Black Friday. In 2016, I spent $60 on 10 movies. I have no regrets. Okay, I have 2 regrets. Ghostbusters 2016 and Independence Day 2. They were both $4 on Black Friday. I couldn't resist.
Blu-ray has been facing challenges from the start as it had yet to outsell its competitors, but as of recently, consumers have been leaning towards digital streaming and distribution.
I hate digital streaming. Who would want to watch a movie like Pacific Rim on their phone? I mean, if I was on a lunch break or something and I wanted to pass the time, yeah, I would want to watch it on my phone. But it would never be my first choice to watch a movie.
Oh god, don't even get me started on those digital movie buying mouth breathers. If I ever met a digital movie buyer instead of a physical media buyer in real life, I'd probably go up to him, slap him in the face, and just yell, "I don't like you. I don't want you in my life. I don't want to see you ever. I don't want to see you around here again. I don't like you, and I think you stink."
Blu-ray is a format for the film lover. You can watch your favorite movie with director's commentary, behind-the-scenes featurettes, trailers, TV commercials, and so much more. Until new titles are no longer being released on the format, I will never stop buying Blu-ray.
Throughout all the obstacles that Blu-ray faced, the supporters and the avid movie fan will make sure this format will live on forever because, as they say, Blu-ray is badass.